Wait, I'm not ready.
So Donna.
Okay, just give me like 2 minutes.
For sure.
2 minutes. I have a really bad laughing problem. Like, Assalamu alaikum. Hi, my name is Fattouh. I'm currently a sophomore at Kempner High School, 15 years old, and I'm happy to say I'm a proud Muslim playing both volleyball and basketball. So my origins for these sports pretty much started when I was young, about 7 or 8 years old, because I grew up with 2 brothers and I didn't really have any sisters to play dolls with or anything. And so growing up with my brothers, they like loved basketball, loved football. They were like always really outgoing, really active. And my dad also at a young age used to always take us to Rockets games. So I always thought like sports were pretty cool. I would always be outside with them playing on the court and everything. And like I just realized like, I really like basketball. And then so for volleyball, believe it or not, but my passion kind of started on a farm. When I was like 7, 8, 9, 10, my family used to always go to this farm every Sunday with our friends. And it was like a big like Arab gathering, and like bring a bunch of food and everything. But then we'd also set up a volleyball net. And so my best friend actually, she was always like a big sister to me, and she played volleyball. And so I thought, hey, like what if I can do it? And it turns out I actually wasn't bad. Every weekend we would go to the park and everything, and I just really fell in love with it, Transition into middle school, like I knew I could actually try out for sports, so I really decided to like practice during the summer to see if I could make the teams. And gratefully enough, during 7th and 8th grade, I was blessed to play both volleyball, basketball, and I also ran track. I was just like a normal girl. I wasn't really like, I was Muslim, but nobody really knew because I didn't wear like hijab at the moment or anything. And so like I always felt a part of the team. Everything was pretty cool, and I really, really love sports. My coach always was very inspiring to me. Like no matter what happened, like we could always do whatever we wanted. And so like going into high school, I was really, really excited to play sports. But during the summer of 8th grade, I really became in love with my religion and everything that it stood for. And I realized like I wanted to wear hijab. And I've been thinking about it for a while, and it's just been like bobbling in my mind, but there was like one thing stopping me, and that was, how do I wear hijab and play sports? This was the only thing stopping me. Like I felt like I was emotionally, mentally ready to wear hijab and everything, but I love sports so much, like I just love playing, and I couldn't imagine giving that up to wear hijab. But at the same time, like how am I not going to wear hijab just because of a silly thing like sports, because obviously like God should come first. I really struggled with this for quite a while, and I didn't really know what to do. So I started like going on the internet, and I would like search up like hijabis playing basketball, hijabis playing volleyball, like just anything that was like, show me. And I think I maybe found like one picture, but it wasn't really anything that I could look and be like, oh, like there's a lot of people who do it, like I could do it too. And so after I saw that, I just like kind of forgot about it. I was like, let me like play sports, let me see how that goes, and I can wear like hijab after. It doesn't really matter. But every day I would wake up and like it's in like my mind, I want to start wearing hijab. And so I decided that just because no one else does it doesn't mean you can't be the first person to do something. Spandex are just like a shorter version of like dry fit leggings. So I said there's nothing going to be wrong with me if I want to play volleyball and just wear like leggings, a long sleeve shirt, and my hijab. That'd be fine. And so that's exactly what I did. I was going to a new school and everything because for some reason our zoning was pretty different. So basically all the people that went to my middle school went to one high school, but then like my neighborhood is the only one that went to this other high school. The first time I went and I was wearing my hijab for the first time, it was basically like the first time I was out in public, like with my hijab, like playing sports around people and stuff. It was volleyball, and I didn't really know anybody, so I automatically felt like a loner, like a loser. I didn't really have anyone to talk to. I was just like that one girl who like wearing a hijab and is like trying to play volleyball. Like we've never seen that before. At that time, I didn't really know what kind of hijab to wear, so I was kind of just wearing like a regular scarf. So after like the coach asked me, he was like, is there anything else you can wear because your scarf like flies around too much or something? So I got like a little bit discouraged after that, but I was like, it's fine, let me just try again. And so I went again, but this time I was more used to it because like the first time, like of course, like I was really hot. I felt like everybody was staring at me, but I decided like just like say whatever and like just show them like what I can do. During tryouts, I was like blessed enough to make both the volleyball and basketball team, which I was pretty happy about, especially just because I wear hijab, and it's like everybody is automatically gonna underestimate you, because they'd be like that girl like wears that thing on her head, she can't be good at sports, that's like impossible. As I first made the team, like I could automatically tell like it wasn't really gonna be easy because all these girls like knew each other from middle school and they were friends. They've been playing with each other, and then they're just like this Muslim girl who's like trying to join their group, you know. I just could tell like I was never gonna be like fully a part of the team. I mean, I love them of course and everything, but even sometimes like at games like the parents, like I could tell they're gonna treat like the other girls like a little bit more nicely and like more loving than they would treat me, you know. Whether that's because I'm Muslim, because I wear a hijab or not, I wouldn't know. But there are a lot of times where I just felt like really low, and I questioned like why did I ever put on the hijab, you know. Like I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty hard because there's no other people in my community or really around me who do wear like hijab and play sports. Like I didn't really have anyone to relate to, you know. I only had myself, and it got pretty lonely because at times I was just like, why did I even do this, you know. Like the times when like I just felt like I kept getting awkward stares from everybody, and at times I felt like my relationships with my friends, like or my friends, it was it was like there's like a barrier because I wear my hijab, you know. And like there were times where of course they would ask me like, why do you even wear that, like can't you just take it off and blah blah blah. And it was like hard for them to understand because they didn't grow up like the same mentality that I have. And I feel like especially because of the stereotypes and everything, like people don't really understand why Muslim women like we do wear hijab and why we take so much pride in it and why we're so proud. Like some specific team members actually, like they came like, hey, like if something's going on, if your dad's forcing you to wear that or something, like we can help you, like don't worry. And I've like that course of course was really loving, but I had to explain like, no, like this is something like I really like I love to do, and I know why I'm doing it and I chose to do it. And so although like the times are like really low sometimes, I just have to think like, why am I doing this? Like, what's all the positives, you know? Not only that, but who am I doing this for, you know? I'm not going to do it for all the people who are going to stare at me on the court. I'm not going to do it for all the people who are going to constantly be underestimating me and tell me that I'm never going to be good enough and blah, blah, blah. Because at the end of the day, again, like, I'm doing this for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and nobody else. Actually, once at our volleyball game, I was in like the bathroom stall, and so the opponent team was in there too, but they didn't know I was there. And so they were talking, and they're like, we're definitely gonna beat that other team. They have a girl who wears a rag on her head. And they didn't know that I was there, I heard anything. So I just stayed in the stall until I knew they left because I didn't want them to know that I heard them. And so, I mean, little did they know, we actually ended up beating them 25-3. So, I mean, I think that was pretty good. Of course, wearing hijab and playing sports is like not an easy thing. Yeah, I'm gonna get stares. Yeah, people are gonna underestimate you. But it just like encourages you to want to do even better, you know? Because like it's like just because I wear a hijab on my head doesn't make me any less of an athlete than anyone who doesn't, you know? It just makes me want to like work even harder in practice, like work even harder during games. That way I can show people like, yeah, I'm Muslim, yeah, I wear hijab, but hey, like I can still play sports too. And it's not only that, but it just like anything in life, you always think like you need to choose between the two or something, but no matter like how big or how small, nothing should ever come between like something that you love to do, you know? And I just hope like young Muslim girls and people everywhere realize like just because something seems like it's such a big barrier or stuff, you can easily overcome it and become like something even greater and bigger. All I want like for people to know and to take from this is that like whether how big or how small, like you can literally do absolutely anything that you set your mind to, and don't let all the stereotypes and all the misconceptions come to your head. And honestly, like don't be afraid to do what you truly want to do. So right now, since of course I'm only a sophomore in high school, I did play volleyball and basketball both last year and this year as well, and I plan to play throughout my senior year. Right now for basketball, I go to these open clinics basically every week, and for volleyball, I also go to the open clinics and I coach little kids at this place called The Park, which is pretty cool because I get to teach them how to play volleyball and everything. And I think like that also opens their minds like at a young age, because I feel like at their age they wouldn't really think like Muslim women to play sports and everything. So I think like me coaching them kind of shows them like, hey, like, you know, like don't discriminate, like they can play too and everything. And I'm also like very passionate about what's like kind of going on in the world, and how like people have this motto that like if something doesn't affect them, then they don't have to worry about it or something. But to me, like they should be like the complete opposite, you know? Like we're so blessed, like especially live in America, like one of like the greatest country on earth or whatever. I just think like we all should have a duty to like be able to help like those like less blessed, like in Syria and Palestine and Libya, with like all the wars and everything just like going on. I really think I would want to like kind of become an activist for these things, and just like to teach people, like be an inspiration to people, and like open their minds basically.